Sending love, health, happiness, and prosperity to you watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Aisha, family nurse practitioner, and I'm going to talk to you about how volunteering got me into nursing school. And no thumbs. We have baby here again on the video. Okay, so I've been a nurse for 6 years, and before I got into nursing school, I was doing a lot actually. I was getting my first bachelor's degree. I was working two jobs. I was a scribe, and I was a server, a waitress, and I was volunteering. So when I think about it, when I think back over, I'm like, I don't know how I was doing all that, but I was determined to be successful, right? So as I was volunteering, I was at one of the local ERs, and actually, let me start over. I'm having to think back, it's been so long ago. Before I even became a scribe, that's how I learned about being a scribe, the volunteer work. So I was volunteering in the ER, and I saw this looked like a student, essentially, they're students, uh, shadowing a doctor around with a laptop. And I'm like, hey, what is he doing? And the physician was like, oh, he's a scribe. And I was like, oh, what do they do? And he was like, oh, he follows me around and he does all the documentation, so I can focus on the patient. I'm like, oh wow. He was like, I'm surprised they're not telling you all about that at your university. I was like, no, I've not heard about that. So that's all I needed to hear. So I went immediately, when I got home, I started looking up agencies or, companies in the area, applied and got a job, a scribe job, which was so cool, right? Because I was able to get volunteering, got my foot in the door because I had been applying for all these hospital jobs and any, I wasn't having any luck. So, because I really wanted to get in the hospital to work. So, man, volunteering I think it's slept on, especially if you're young, if you're in high school, if you're thinking about you want to go into the medical field, but you're not sure what you want to do. Volunteer because you're able to see what people do. You're right there, whether it's on the med surg floor or whether it's in the emergency department. Check out volunteering. There's not a time commitment. You are volunteering your time. So you're able to get some hours in, and it's good for your community service hours. It'll look good when you're applying to college and stuff. So don't sleep on volunteering, and then you never know who you may meet. Life is all about making connections, building relationships with people, and you just never know. So I learned about being a scribe while I was a volunteer. Became a scribe. You do have to know how to type because you are typing the notes. So you do have to know how to type pretty good. They will train you though. But it was so cool. Like I still keep in contact with some of the docs that I was scribing for when I was a scribe. Like that's how actually I got one of my preceptors when I was in nurse practitioner school. I reached out to one and boom, I was in the door. And I didn't pay for any of my preceptors. I will make a separate video about that. Yeah, people are out here paying a lots of money for their nurse practitioner clinicals and they're paying their preceptors. I didn't pay a dime. Okay. Praise God. I didn't have to. So being a scribe was so cool because you get to shadow the doctor and you're literally right there. So you're able to see what the docs do, what the nurses do, what the techs do, or the aides. You're right there in the midst. You're able to see everything. And I just loved it. I was like, man, this is where I want to be. So I was finishing up my first bachelor's degree in healthcare studies, and I only applied to one nursing program. I usually don't advise that, but I had faith and I only applied to one. I put all my eggs in one basket, it paid off. Usually I say apply to a couple, but it depends on your situation. Anyway, that's a different topic for a different video. So I got everything ready, applied to nursing school. And so for my program, it was an accelerated program and we had to do an interview. So I was invited to an interview, which was great because I am a people person. I love to talk. So for me, when I get any kind of interview, I in my mind, I already have what it is that I'm applying for because the interview is really about selling yourself. Look the part, dress professional, go in, smile, firm handshake, and just sell yourself. Talk about yourself, talk about your strengths. It's good to have a couple weaknesses. So, when I did the interview for nursing school, I don't remember everything she asked me, but I just was grateful that I had the volunteer experience because it gave me the scribe experience. And in addition, I was a server. So I never bartended. I waited tables for 10 years at various restaurants. And so being able to multitask, being a waitress and like prioritizing things in my head, that helps me to this day as a nurse. That helps me because I'm able to say, okay, what do I need to do first, then next, so and so forth and so on. So the nurse who interviewed me for the nursing school program, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love my bartenders. They do so well in nursing school and as nurses because they're able to prioritize things." So don't sleep on volunteering, y'all. Especially if you're young, you're trying to figure it out. Volunteer. Another cool opportunity that I got to do while I was a volunteer is I was able to go to a fire station, and my shift was only supposed to be like 8 hours, but the 8 hours that I spent there, not much happened. So they were like, well, I mean, you can stay long if you want to, because, the fire station, they work 24 hours on and 48 hours off. So I was like, okay. I ended up spending the night at the fire station and we got a couple calls. And like, it's so crazy when those calls come into the fire station, like, they be moving. They may be asleep, but in 10, 20 seconds, they in the truck finna burn out. I was finna get left. They was like, girl, you better come on. But it was really cool just to see that culture. Um, it was really cool. They chill, they be lifting weights, they cooking on a grill. And it's really like a family, how they have it all set up. They got their bunk beds, they have everything. And then that bell that rang was very loud. One meant fire. It was like three bells. One rang once. The second one, so one was like beep, and the second one was like beep beep, and the third one was like beep beep beep. So one meant only ambulance, the other meant only fire, and the other one meant we need both. So man, that was really cool. What else? I think also I was able to yeah, I had the opportunity to shadow in an OR in the operating room. This was he was doing a carotid endarterectomy, and man, that was cool because I just love that kind of stuff. This was before nursing school, right? So I'm a volunteer, and I'm right next to the surgeon cutting out the plaque of this man's carotid artery so that it decreases his risk for a stroke. I think the man was a smoker. So man, that was so cool. So man, check out volunteering. You just never know who you're gonna meet some great people. You never know an opportunity that someone may have for you. Um, I don't believe in luck. I believe in hard work and preparing. And then when that time is right, you've worked hard, you've prepared. Now here's the opportunity, and there's your success. So yes, that's all I wanted to say. Um, I was gonna make another video, and I'm still gonna make this video, but the baby woke up. And so the other video that I'm gonna make is talking about the levels of nursing, like the different levels of nursing. Stay tuned for that. That video is coming because I'm going to be talking about the entry level of nursing all the way up to the highest level of nursing. And I'm going to be talking about the levels of education that each nurse has and what are some of the differences. So I'm going to head out. Okay, son, don't pull out mama's earring. This is my second live. Actually, going live is pretty cool. I'm just going to take a picture of this because no one has joined, and that's cool because I'm just gonna be consistent with this channel. And so let's see. Live. Look at the camera, son. Look at the computer. Okay, so got my proof. You all have a blessed day. You all take care. Be sure you subscribe to this channel. I am still growing my channel. I enjoy making this content for you all. I am about to start my nurse practitioner job soon. So I got my white coat on board and I got some scrubs coming because in my job now, I can't wear those scrubs, not the top, because I had to get it embroidered. So it's all good. And yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a scrub haul, like a try on scrub, telling you all what I think of the scrubs. Not sponsored. I've spent my own money. Yeah. So until next time, you all take care and be blessed.